Interesting night.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway? What do you think?
My biggest I don't know if it's my biggest takeaway, but the thing I was excited about the most is there was a guy who came in from Minneapolis, and he had a binder with like 20 tabs, and each one of them was a webinar that he had watched with like 7 pages of notes. And it was like this thick, and he had driven like 6 hours from Minneapolis to like come out and see the content. And he talked about how he was in manufacturing for a while and he was transitioning into sales, and he just needed as much help as he could get.
I love that type of attitude.
And I think I told him that is what would make him successful. Yep. I thought like that, like finding whatever he had to find.
Yep. Putting in the work.
Yeah. That was the biggest highlight. And he said he had like orchestrated his entire role around that definition. So I think that was one takeaway. And then another girl I talked to, she said she's been having a lot of struggle with getting people to adopt personalization, which I'm glad when people bring that up, because it's something that I run into like a lot of like, oh, well, this is more difficult, or this is hard, or this is, it's more difficult than a template. And she said that she had transitioned basically from SDR management into enablement. I think you talked to her on stage.
Yeah.
And she said, I got sick of the management piece because it was just too tough to like watch people not do the right thing. And so I just want to enable them all day long. And I was encouraged by that, because it means that she really actually has deployed it and she's tried to get people to adopt it. And I'm not scared necessarily of struggle to adopt, because it's like, if it is the right diet plan, then it's hard and most people won't do it.
Yep.
And but the few that do really come back to you. And so that was like a positive indicator for me of like, okay, like she really saw the results here.
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my night. How was your night?
Good. It was a different one tonight. I went different. Went rogue.
Yeah. It was very different.
Yeah.
How is it different for you?
I like the fact that people got to decide where we went with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I sort of, in gaps, like sort of catered to them. What problems are you guys having?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear? How can we maximize this experience for you?
Yeah.
And I think most people asked some pretty good questions.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people got value out of my answers.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people left feeling it was a customized event.
Yeah.
Because we had addressed a handful of questions that were pestering them, that they were struggling with.
Yeah.
And it also allowed me to add a lot of comedic to the event.
Yeah. What question was your favorite out of the questions?
There wasn't a question the favorite. I think my favorite exchange was with the guy who just wouldn't listen. Yes, who kept saying, but what I'm trying to do. But. And it was my favorite exchange, because even though he was a great sport and he let me tear the shit out of him, I think a lot of people started witnessing, oh my God, do I do this? Like, am I this closed off to feedback? Am I really open to what someone's trying to tell me? Or do I do the same thing? And am I assessing my situation like I should? Or am I like this guy, just asking for help and then but. So that, I think that exchange for me was the most interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I would feel like a lot of them probably go like that.
Yes and no, right? Like sometimes more than I expect, and other times not at all. So it really is I never know what to expect in these situations. And I think I may do this the rest of the trip, actually.
The Q&A?
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah. I think Q&A might be the route the rest of the trip.
That's good.
You think so, boss? You sure? You're the boss.
I'm not the boss. What else? Anything else?
No, we're doing this one early so we don't get the fun of the dinner and all of that. So, no, this one was a little more tight little
tight knit.
Yeah, tight knit.
So this isn't Ubod anymore, but it is the same series. So we are done with pod 3, and we are headed to Raleigh next.
Yes.
For pod 2 on October 19th.
Yeah, with a little break, I get to go home and see my girls. Get to see my girls, and then to Raleigh, straight to Raleigh. Getting at it in Raleigh.
Straight to Raleigh. So come join us on October 19th.
In Raleigh. Peace. I'm out.